Welcome everybody. I am Professor Pallavi Gule from College of Horticulture, KK Bagh, Nashik. So today we are going to see harvesting of rainwater. So what is rainwater harvesting? Rainwater harvesting is technology which consists of a simple system to collect, convey and store rainwater. Rainwater capture from rooftop, surface runoff and other surfaces. Rainwater harvesting either captures stored rainwater for direct use, that is for irrigation, production, washing, drinking, etc., or is recharged into the local groundwater and is called artificial recharge. In many cases, rainwater harvesting systems are used in conjunctions with the aquifer storage and recovery. Aquifer storage recovery is the introduction of rainwater harvesting collected rainwater to the groundwater aquifers through the various structures in excess of what would naturally infiltrate, then recovered for use. So the water conservation benefits of rainwater harvesting. The rainwater that falls on your roof and property is essentially free. All it takes is the method to harvest it into a tank for later use. Rainwater harvesting can be a greater educational tool to get the people to recognize their individual or the household water uses. For communities that rely on the imported water to supply their needs, collecting rainwater that falls naturally in the community can reduce the need for imported water. Rainwater harvesting helps reduce peak demand during summer months, saving treated water for more important and appropriate water uses. While rainwater can be perfect primary water source for many uses and situations, it is also a great backup water supply for emergency situations. So the environmental benefits of rainwater harvesting. Rainwater harvesting can reduce a stormwater runoff from property. The elimination of runoff can reduce a contamination of surface water with pesticides, sediments, metals and fertilizers. By reducing stormwater runoff, rainwater harvesting can reduce the storm's peak flow volume and velocity in local creeks, streams and rivers, thereby reducing the potential for stream bank erosion. Rainwater harvesting system can be employed as a simple and effective method to meet a municipality's stormwater management program requirement of individual properties. It is an excellent source of water for the plants and landscape irrigation since it has no chemicals such as fluorides or the chloramines, that is chlorine. So economic benefits of rainwater harvesting. Collecting and using the rainwater to replace the municipal water use reduces your water bill. Reducing municipal water use for the areas such as irrigation reduces the amount of water that municipality has to treat and pump. Thus, in turn, reduces the water service cost to the municipality. The widespread implementation of rainwater harvesting within a municipality service area can reduce a long-term water development needs of city, allowing the city to use their existing water infrastructure investment more effectively. The cost of community to supply the treated water is becoming more expensive every year. The cost of constructed dams, pipes and treatment plants, not to mention the cost of the maintenance and infrastructure replacement is huge. As water users, the ratepayers in the community ultimately will foot these rising bills. Therefore, the practice of rainwater harvesting can reduce the water demand and thus allow the municipalities to provide a portable water service at a lower cost. Designing and installing rainwater collection systems can provide sustainable jobs for the economy of the future. Rainwater harvesting industry can become a leading employer in the green infrastructure movement. Rainwater harvesting is vital for the future of sustainable water resource. As you can see from the benefits and advantages listed above, the practice of rainwater harvesting is an important and vital part of developing a sustainable water resource path for any community. As a local water resource are stretched to provide for a population growth and economic development, new water supply strategies and will be necessary to meet this demand. Rainwater harvesting is an untapped resource that could be developed quickly within the communities and that will also have a tremendous impact. Rainwater harvesting is a part of a sustainable water supply strategy for local communities. So, sources of impounding and control of rainwater: farm ponds, trenches, contour bending, and micro catchment. So, here we will see some sources of control of rainwater. First, we will go for the farm ponds. So, farm ponds have a significant role in the rainfed farming system where the annual rainfall is more than 500 mm. It will help in mitigation of the ill effect of rainfall variability as it stores the water from rainfall excess and provides for utilization during the prolonged dry spell by the means of supplemental irrigation. It is also help for the pre-sowing irrigation of the rabi crops. In high rainfall, semi-arid regions of India, farm pond can be used for multiple uses such as protective, supplemental irrigation, fish culture, and integrated with poultry. So the ponds are also the water harvesting structure, serve the several purposes of the village need such as supply of the water for irrigation, cattle needs, social activities, etc. apart from the fish production. So there are two types of farm pond. First one is the embankment type and second one is the excavated type. So first we will see about the embankment type of the farm pond. So this type of the ponds are constructed across the streams or the water course and consist of an earthen dam. A dimension of the embankment are determined based on the required storage. These ponds are suitable for having the gentle to moderately steep slope and also where the stream valley are sufficiently depressed to permit the maximum storage volume within the least earthwork. Second type is excavated type of farm pond. So this type of the farm ponds are small dugout structures with well-defined shape and size. Farm ponds are constructed at a lower portion of the farm and generally stored a water is used for irrigation. In some places, farm ponds are used for recharging the groundwater. However, for recharging the groundwater, high capacity structures located in the highly permeable soils are more suitable. These structures are also called as the percolation tank. So, selection of the farm pond site. Economical point of view, a pond should be located at a site where the largest volume can be obtained with the least volume of the earthwork and by submerging the minimum area. These conditions generally occurs at a site where the valley is narrow and the side slopes are relatively steep. Such sites help to reduce the area of shallow water, which in turn reduces the evaporation losses. It should require a short dam below a broad pond area with steep sides. Removal of the trees and other vegetation should be minimum. The site should have a suitable foundation for the dam. There should not be excessive seepage through the foundation. Construction material should be available easily nearby. There should be a natural waterways to use it as an emergency sip wells. So next we will see about the trenching. So trenching is one of the most major engineering measures for erosion control in non-arable lands and is mainly aimed to slope stabilization and drainage line treatment. The area with the steep slope, that is in the hilly region, are prone to the soil erosion due to lack of the vegetation cover and accelerated transportation of soil. The hilly areas exhibit the characteristics of the high rainfall, quick drainage that provides a little retention time to the runoff to infiltrate into the soil profile. The overland flow velocity is often surpassing the safe limit to cause the soil erosion from surface. The trenches constructed in these regions to address the problem of soil conservation and to act a flow barrier and facilitating the in situ water conservation for establishment of vegetation. So next we'll see the types of trenching. There are generally 4 types of trenches: continuous trenches, inline trenches, staggered trenches, and contour trenches. First one is the continuous trenches. These are the series of the broad channel or embankments constructed at a suitable spacing along the graded contours of gentle slope. They are suitable for the areas having high rainfall. This type of trenches are long as 50 meter and have a fixed interval, that is of 15 to 30 meter. In this type of trenches, horizontal intervals are fixed but vertical intervals are varied. These type of trenches are easy to construct, but there is a problem of inconsistent deposition of soil in the trenches due to the varied vertical interval, and hence it is difficult to maintain. The cross-sectional area of the trench is usually kept as 0.25 meter square, and depth should not be higher than 0.5 meter. The life of trench is considered as a 5-year. Next is the inline trench. This type of trench addresses the problem of inconsistent deposition of soil. These trenches are maximum 5 meter long and cross section is similar to the continuous trenches. The gap between two inline trenches should not be more than 2 meters. This type of trenches has the limitation that it fails to collect the runoff flowing between the gaps of two trenches. Third one is the staggered trenches. The staggered trenches involve the excavation of the trenches of a shorter length in a row along the contour with interspace between them. These trenches are arranged in the straight line. Suitable vertical interval between the rows are restricted to impound the runoff without overflow. In the alternate row, the trenches are located directly below one another. The trenches in successive rows are thus staggered, with the trench in the upper row and the interspace in the lower row being directly below each other. The length of the trench and the interspace between the trenches is the same. In the same row should be suitably designed such that no long unprotected or uninterrupted slope to cause the unexpected runoff or erosion. As the trenches are not continuous, no vertical deposal drain is excavated. The cross-sectional area of these trenches should be designed to collect the runoff expected from the intense storms at the recurrence interval of 5 to 10 years. Next type of the trenching, that is contour trenches. The contour trenches are similar to the continuous trench except it follows the prevailing contour of the area. In the contour trenches, the horizontal interval are varying unlike the continuous trench. However, vertical interval is fixed, usually kept at 3 to 5 meters. This type of trenches are little difficult to construct but has the advantages over the continuous trench in the terms of consistent deep deposition and hence easy maintenance and less risk of failure. Next type of the water impounding system, that is the contour bunding. Contour bunding is proven sustainable land management practice for marginal, sloping and hilly land where the soil productivity is very low. Contour bunding consists of narrow-based trapezoidal bunds on the contours to impound the runoff water behind them so that it can gradually infiltrate into the soil for crop use. Generally recommended for the areas receiving less than 600 mm of rainfall. Spacing between two bunds is commonly expressed in terms of vertical interval, which is the difference in elevation between the two similar points on two consequent bunds. Next we will see about the microcatchment. So microcatchment water harvesting system are designed to trap and collect the runoff from relatively small catchment area, usually 10 to 500 meters square within the farm boundary. The runoff water is guided into an application area where it accumulates in the hole, pits, basins and bunds. It infiltrates into the soil and is used to grow plant. The collected water is stored in the root zone and supplies the crops. The size of the catchment can be easily controlled by the farmer, which makes the system easy to adopt and replicate. The collected water is stored within the soil profile in the root zone and is used for plant growth. Microcatchment water harvesting is suitable for semi-arid and arid areas with high rainfall variability within the season. They can be constructed on almost any slope, including nearly level plains, wherever there is overland flow to capture. Soils need to be deep enough to construct the holes, pits, and store the collected water. Micro water harvesting can be applied on highly degraded soils where it can be used in the productive rehabilitation process, reducing the erosion and flooding. So we'll see some systems of the micro water harvesting technique. First we'll go for the semicircular or the trapezoidal bunds. So semicircular bunds are usually made up of the earth or the stones and have commonly a diameter of 2 to 8 meter. The bund tips are set on the contour lines facing upslope. The bunds are 30 to 50 centimeter high. The greater the slope, the more the bunds have to be strengthened with stones. In this way, the technique can be used on the level lands, but it can also be used on slopes up to 15%. The establishment and maintenance of this system is labor intensive. Next one is small pits. Pitting is very old technique used mainly in the Western and the Eastern Africa. The pits are 0.3 to 2 meter in diameter. The most famous pitting system is Ezhai system used in Burkina Faso. This consists of digging the hole to the depth of 5 to 15 centimeter. The pits are applied in the combination with the bunds to conserve the runoff. Next one is the small runoff basins or the Nigarim. It is also called as a Nigarim. Small runoff basin consists of a small diamond shaped or the rectangular shaped structures surrounded by the low earth bunds. The reported size of the Nigarium are 100 to 250 meters square, however are commonly found on the slopes of 1 to 5% and in the areas receiving the rainfall of 150 to 500 mm annually. In the Middle East, Nigarium are used for fruit trees. Next one is the musket. So musket are the rectangular shaped runoff basin, catchment area of about 500 meters square in size and cropping area is 250 meters square. The entire system is surrounded by an approximate 20 centimeter high bunds. It is applied on the area where the slope is 2 to 15% and annual rainfall is 200 to 400 mm and is suitable for growing the trees. Next type is the contour bench terraces. Contour bench terraces are constructed on very steep slopes to combine the soil and water conservation with water harvesting techniques. The terraces are usually provided with the drains to release the excess water safely. Thank you. This was all about the water harvesting technique.